Hello everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Should I Craft It? My name is Wave, and in this series we aim to answer one simple question, that is, should I craft this deck? And today we've got a first in the series in that we're doing a budget deck. Usually in Should I Craft It, we tend to tackle decks with either quite a lot of legendaries and epics, very expensive decks, really try and figure out is it worth it, or we look at decks where maybe there's an obscure legendary or something like that to figure out if it's worth the craft, just that one legendary if you might have everything else. We don't usually tackle budget decks, and we've got a really good one here from Superkowboj1's. We've definitely covered some of their decks in the past, and I don't remember being unimpressed, so looking forward to this one. And it's kind of like a thief tempo-y rogue. I really like that. I think when you're doing budget decks, it's a lot better to be in that tempo or aggressive kind of area in the meta. And there's a lot to like about what Rogue has to offer at the moment. We'll go through the deck. One thing that I really like is the selection of 1-drops here. We've got Jar Dealer and Pharaoh Cat, both new cards. Jar Dealer, 1 mana 1/1, Death Rattle, add a random 1 cost minion to your hand, and Pharaoh Cat, 1 mana 1/2, adds a random Reborn minion to her hand. So these kind of play the role of the Swashbuckler, what Swashbuckler usually does in this kind of deck back in the day, and it's trying to hopefully get you a card from another faction, from another class, so that we can have access to our Vendetta for free, and also have a buff on our Underbelly Fence, which is our best 2-drop. If you haven't seen Underbelly Fence before, 2 mana 2/3, but if you're holding a card from another class, we get +1/+1 and Rush, which 3/4 on turn 2, rushing in, maybe trading with your opponent's 1-drop, is really, really good. I really like that. Some other cards that are new in here, we've got Singleton, Clever Disguise. I've seen people play this with the Rogue Quest. This is a 2 mana, add 2 random spells from another class to your hand, so we're always going to get spells from another class, which is great. We don't have to rely on the 1-drops for that. Maybe gives us a little bit of extra gas as well in the late game. Hopefully we can high roll into like a Fireball or something like that. What else have we got in here? Great selection of 2 and 3-drops. Like I said, the Underbelly Fence, the Cable Rat. We've also got Blink Fox, Evil Miscreant, Hench Clan Thug, and Hench Clan Burglar. All cards that have seen lots and lots of play in Rogue for a very, very long time. We've even got the new introduction of Hooked Scimitar. I guess kind of playing the role of the where Waggle Pick usually would be. This card is an epic though. Bit expensive, but the Hooked Scimitar, 3 mana 2/2 combo +2 attack. Maybe we can coin into this. Maybe we've got the backstabs to activate it. We might have some 1-drops around. We're going to have a 4/2 weapon, which I think we're probably going to be used to go face quite a lot. Maybe trade here or there. And then at the top end of things, we've got a Singleton Bizarre Mugger. 5 mana 3/5 Rush, Battlecry, add a minion from another class to your hand, and one of Reckless Rocketeer as the poor man's Leroy Jenkins. Overall, just from the outset, before we've played any games, I think this deck looks pretty good. I've definitely had success with budget decks of a similar vein. What I would say, and something we'll keep an eye out for, is if we need any kind of tech cards. Things like Sap, I think, are a great choice. Always a good one-of in a deck like this. And also Silencers. I think Silencers could be really good right now, and we're just not seeing very many of them. But there are some amazing high-value taunt minions in the meta. I think we could try and take advantage of them by getting those saps down, getting maybe a Spellbreaker or something like that in here. We've already got an Acidic Swampoos. There's even 2 Fan of Knives, so I think those are the cards that I'd look to kind of shuffle around. But yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to jump in, play a whole bunch of games. We're going to figure out if this deck is worth the craft, even though it is just a couple of rares. But honestly, from the outset in, I would say it's probably going to be a pretty good deck to craft, just because it's so cheap. And even if you're just jumping on to finish some quests, which I think most budget players, that's what they're looking for in these decks, this one's going to be ideal. But regardless, let's jump into some games, see how we do.
You asked for it. Watch your
Okay.
back.
Here with Superkowboj1's budget rogue list. I think we're going to be looking for our 1-drops, definitely. We have a lot of 3-drops in the deck. We've got Blink Fox, Hench Clan Thug as well. So without the coin, I think we might try and look for those. Off the top, come on, Pharaoh Cat. Oh, jeez. I think we might dagger on turn 2, set up for a bit of a Hench Clan thug, rather than go for the underbelly fence. It's MTG without mana cards. Hearthstone's MTG without mana. I think that's a good way of looking at things from a Magic player's standpoint. Because there are a lot of Magic players that do get quite frustrated with mana. Are you a Magic player yourself? And in fact, anyone on YouTube, if you're watching this video, you're a Magic player? You're a Magic player turned Hearthstone player? You're a Hearthstone player turned Magic player, then back to Hearthstone? Do you play both at the same time?
Here we go.
You have a few favourites so far. One that allows a 6 damage fire spell to be added to your hand. Ah, perhaps Antonidas? The Mage Legendary? He's a very good one. A fine lad. Oof, our opponent, Arcane Intellecting here, giving us the opportunity. I think we'll go for the Burglar. Ooh. I think we'll go with the Blessing.
Here we go.
Well, main thing is we've got our Vendetta here for 0. And we've turned both of our Underbelly fences on. Not that I think the Rush is going to be too useful. I mean, we've seen Cyclone Mage decks kind of open this way, where it's just really anemic, and then on a turn like this is where they go absolutely ham. Let's hope. Let's hope we're safe. It begins. What is that spell damage? Time. Hooray. Yep. Yep. I think they played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah.
Time runs out on me.
Pretty happy to go for both of the Underbelly fences here, especially since they've coined.
How much is this worth to you? How much is this worth to you? I'll take that. I'll take that. Death is so.
I'm gonna try and set up for a big Blessing of Ancients, potentially 2 of them as well. I do like Magic. I played a lot in high school and continued playing on console throughout the years. It's been 18 years since high school. So you've played like all the Jewels of the Planeswalkers, you played all of those? I think for a lot of people that's how they enjoy Magic these days. Possible we should have gone for like a dagger there, pump up this Hench Clan thug a bit more. Just don't see how our opponent's going to get back into this game without many Frost Novas. Or picking up like a Flame Strike or something. In fact, we might just go for a Blessing of Ancients this turn, just to bump our fences out of Flame Strike range. Yeah. Alright. Let's see how many blizzards they got off that Mana Cyclone. Never cared for Planeswalker. Just preferred the standard game. Yeah. I definitely I remember when Lorwyn came out and when all the Planeswalkers came out, and there was definitely a lot of people who viewed that as the there's the flame strike. There's the flame strike, friends. Glad we played around that. Can we lethal our opponents this turn? So this is 5, 10, 18, 21. Yeah.
Here we go.
We could play the Hooked Scimitar, we could play a bunch of stuff, but may as well just get them. So it's an alright game. Alright game. We missed our 1-drop, but our opponent didn't really have too much going on. We really did punish them. Looking forward to playing against these some of these Druid decks, see if we can really punish them for not interacting early on. But GG's, well played to our opponent. Hey there everyone, Tommy Wave here, and I just wanted to let you know about a new way that you can help support the channel, and that's by using my Blizzard affiliate link. Down in the description you can find the link, and it takes you over to the Blizzard store, which you can buy almost everything from, especially Hearthstone packs, new solo expansions, that type of stuff. And if you do so using my code, I do get a bit of a kickback, which certainly helps out the channel, and it's at no additional cost to yourself. So feel free to use that, or use your favorite content creator's code. Regardless, we'll jump back into the games, and hopefully we get some wins.
You're back.
Okay, up against the mage here. Do you have a Swamp Ooze? Now, we've got a lot of better 2-drops than the Swamp Ooze, and obviously we're not going to be destroying any mage weapons anytime soon. I think I am going to send the Swamp Ooze back, mostly because I do really want to find a 1-drop. We've got plenty of good 3-drops in the deck, so that's not to worry. Up against Dadgar. Ugh, yuck, we're going to need some help here. Ooh. Have not seen anyone play... oh no, I think we played against one quest mage. But they weren't trying to do the Tortolan thing. I think we'll save this backstab. We might be able to get a bit more value than killing a Thalnos.
Evil is fun!
That's a good backstab target. Just gonna get this Hooked Scimitar down whilst we have a good combo turn. Or actually, maybe we just go for the Henge Clan Burglar. Look, we do have all these lackeys. Get the stats in play whilst we can, before our opponent starts to kill everything. This is a very bad selection of cards.
Evil is fun!
I've used Mage quite a bit since starting, and just earlier I swapped over to using the Druid. I think I like him more than the Mage, but as you're showing, he's easy to damage early, it seems. I think it depends on how you build the deck, really. You can, there are very, aggressive mage decks out there that will play almost similarly to this one. Just as much as there are mage decks out there that, is that a mage secret or a rogue secret? Just as there are rogue decks that could be control, mage decks that could be control. But it's good that you're thinking about that.
Evil is fun!
Big regrets. Big regrets from me. I think we're still not used to playing around with Flame Ward.
Morgan Davey, thank you.
Seems that my
It's so profitable.
notifications are a bit broken.
Choose soon. Here we go.
Gonna have to look into that. Looks like Streamlabs might be having a bit of a fit today. But thank you for the follow. Whomst ever it was.
Back to the void. Get these off of me!
Should go for the Taskmaster, huh?
Here we go.
Job done.
Getting wrecked by these secrets. Gosh. Having to relearn secrets over again. Gosh. I just want someone to play one of the flak mages as well. It's a good opportunity to play this meteorologist, I think.
Behold the cosmos!
Stand down!
We do have the Rocketeer. We might be in with a shot. Or maybe not if there's a bunch of mirror images played this turn. Okay. Quest complete. What have we got here? So this is Spellbender, Splitting Image, or Counterspell.
So many options.
Stand down!
Fire and ice!
Here we go.
Think about that one for a bit. Gosh, almost missed that lethal. Take that, YouTube comments. Ugh. Redemption. GG's. That was close. I never really felt safe there, and obviously we ran into that flame ward like a bit of a goober, but GG's.
Watch your back.
Okay, up against a shaman here. I guess we can send back the burglar to try and find a 3-drop. It's probably our best idea, even though I think the burglar's our best 4. Our only 4, really.
Job's done.
Ooh. This could get pretty spicy. See if our opponent's aggressive. I think we can't.
Here we go.
Being Murlocs, even though I'm pretty sure most people are running Overload instead, which I'm a lot more scared of. Honestly, I think we can't really beat our opponent if they manage to get some value out of their like Spirit of the Frog and stuff. They're gonna zap. Are you kidding me? Okay. I think we have to fan and then just trade everything into the Underbelly Angler.
I wonder. Here we go.
It's a good roll for a 2-drop. It's a really good roll for a 2-drop. If we left it in play, very bad things would have happened. The question is, do we try and get a bit more value out of the fan, or nah?
So much. Here we go.
Both the Slurpers too.
The calm before the storm.
Okay. Cat Lackey or Underbelly Fence?
Here we go.
Alright, so we have resources. We've even got some burn, but our opponent has their hero power up, so we need to try to get on the board, hopefully get this micro mummy ticking. Take advantage of our rush stuff. Great. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. I've just been tinkering so far. It's working though. Before I hopped off, I was on a 4-game win streak. My biggest asset for Druid appears to be the ability to build an overshield. Yeah, you can armor up. It's that's definitely a thing that the Druid does and Druid likes to do.
From wicker vows, hear my plea. These cursed spells I give to thee.
One of the Other interesting thing Druid has, one of the kind of archetypes of Druid, is they have a lot of flexibility with a lot of their choose one cards. Alright, big angler turn. Feeling good about this one. Feeling real good about this one. Excellent. Win streak with the budget deck from. I know this is, you know, double-digit ranks. We didn't really play too much last month, so we're up here in the teens. But even though it's a, I think this is where budget decks usually start to fail. I think budget decks usually, you know, rank 20, rank 15, that kind of stuff. But the fact that we're killing it, you know, rank 12, awesome. That's definitely, you know, nothing to brag about, but definitely something to take note of for all of you budget players out there and all of you rank 12 heroes. GG's. We are back in the control center with Superkowboj1's budget tempo rogue, steel roguey deck. And as far as the conclusion goes, should you craft this deck? Should I craft this deck? Absolutely. If you are a budget player, if you're not a budget player and you're just looking for a rogue deck to play, I think this is an excellent craft. Honestly, how many rares are in here when we look at it? We've got 2 Underbelly Fences, which go in a lot of rogue decks, 2 Vendettas, which go in the exact same decks, and 1 Bazaar Mugger. And honestly, if the Bazaar Mugger was the last thing you were going to craft, and you were really, you know, you didn't know if you wanted to spend that 100 dust, you could probably forego it, get another Reckless Rocketeer in here or something like that. I really like this deck. I think it's fantastic. There's a lot of flexible slots in here as well. If you don't think you're going to be facing a lot of warriors or a lot of, you know, weapon mirrors, you can get rid of the Swampoos, you can get a sap in there, you can do all types of stuff. The double Fan of Knives proved extremely useful, especially against that Shaman at the end there. It was absolutely tremendous. Some things that you could experiment with this deck, maybe a couple more 1-drops, something like Southsea Deckhand or Saronite Taskmaster, I think would be great choices. Southsea Deckhand gives you a little bit of reach as well. You could also experiment with a card like Deadly Poison. One thing that we did notice is that without these types of effects, we're not super incentivized to use our hero power. Very early on, we'd rather deploy threats, and with a card like Hench Clan Thug in there, you know, we want to try and give him a bit of a buff. We don't want to just be playing vanilla 3/3s all the time, so I think a card like Deadly Poison's another excellent option. Gives you another kind of bit of a reach card as well. But yeah, honestly, really good deck. Big shout outs to Superkowboj1 for this one. Gold star, definitely go out, craft this deck, unless you've got better rogue decks to be playing. But I think this one's fantastic. If you are watching on YouTube, of course, all the links are in the description, including a link over to their Hearthstone deck article. Please, pretty please, jump over there, give this deck a +1, leave a lovely, thoughtful comment, let Superkowboj know, let me know if you've been playing this deck, if you got a win streak, if you managed to get to a nice high rank, or even if you copped a couple of losses, let us know. But until next time, please, stay safe, stay wavy, and save your dust. Have a good one. Bye. Wow. What a great video. For more of my suspect play choices, be sure to check out one of the videos next to my head, and make sure that you subscribe to get more Hearthstone content in your subscription feed.